Hi guys, today I'm doing a review on the Naturehike Vik 1 lightweight camping tent. Now this is something I got for a trip I was doing last week on the Ridgeway, which was an 87-mile trail. The idea was lightweight, pitch each night, lay down each day, keep going. Used it for first night, for a little bit of condensation, so yeah, wasn't brilliant. Next night, even more condensation. As the week went on, it got to a point where it was unusable effectively. So what I'm going to do is show you the tent. There are a lot of really good features on this tent, and in certain situations this tent will still be absolutely fantastic. But for temperate climate, sort of early spring, sort of late autumn time of year in the UK, I can't see it being a viable option as a camping tent or tracking tent. So let's see it pitched up first of all. Right, so now we've got this out, you can see how wet it is. What we do, we just lay the tent out. I know it's not ideal to actually use your foot, but on this occasion, it's just going to be a bit easier. Right. The pole itself is quite a simple. Next one, it all comes in one piece. You haven't got to hunt around for different bits and pieces. All comes together, and it's colour coded, two ends. You've got orange for near the head area, and grey for down by the foot. And they just go into metal connections. So the actual getting the tent up, the erection of the tent is absolutely flawless. Such a nice, simple layout, as I can't get this in. The pulsing nice and sturdy. The lightweight alloy pole, but for lightweight backpacking tent, you'd expect something like that. And all the clips are just simply lock and twist around the pole. Now I'm guessing, I'm actually starting to see just how wet this tent really is. This is all from condensation, remember, but it was not raining at all. I had nice dry evenings. I had one evening where it rained, but that evening or the following morning I was able to dry the tent out thoroughly before moving on. So this is all from the last night. Now the top cross pole, just put it this way, from the instructions inside the bag, it appears to go underneath, and that would actually make more sense. I think if you had it over top, it would put so much tension on it, the chance are you're going to break a pole. So having it below there all helps. Let's try it down. That gives you a lot of space inside the tent. And then just make sure the vents are open as well, and they just lift up, and you've got a nice dead little pole in there, a little bit of Velcro. That's it. So that's all vented out the front and back, and the last remaining part is the front and back need pegging out as well. So there we have it, with nice simple pitching, and that is the tent setup. It is a great size, it is so simple to pitch. But now we have to let it dry out, and that is going to take some time. And that's the issues I've got with this tent. Also got a nice little flap there to stop any kind of spray coming back into the tent. So if the wind's blowing, that theory blows that through, stops the rain coming back in. So there we have the Naturehike Vik 1 lightweight tent. So you can see it is actually quite a nice spacious tent in size. If you're over, I'd say 6'2", maybe 6 foot, you might struggle a little bit. I'm 6'4", and I did find it a bit on the tight side in here, to be honest, just from my toes either being against the far wall or my head being almost up against this end. It's got a nice little storage compartment the other side. There's a small vent access here, and you can roll back the net as well. I won't do that now. You can see how wet everything is in here. This, remember, is purely condensation from, and it was getting like this every single night. I was drying the town out, drying the sides down every hour almost. It almost destroyed a camping quilt that I've got, which was a down one. I would not recommend using a down sleeping bag or quilt in this. I'd use synthetic, just purely because the risk of condensation. We'll leave it to dry out and see where we go from here.
I don't know how much you can see this. It's just coming up to midnight, and I am seriously thinking about breaking camp. This tent is just useless. The condensation levels are insane. At the moment, I've got the front door wide open, so that's just the mesh panel. Both vents are open, and the side vent is open as well. And everything is saturated. My down sleep bag is saturated. Everything is just dripping wet. It's just crazy. This tent is definitely going to have to go back. It is not worth. Which I don't know if you can see. This is water just running down here as well. This is just so saturated. I mean, look, it's ludicrous. You can't be using a tent in these sort of conditions like this. The idea of a tent is to try and keep it dry. Yes, you're going to get condensation. Yes, we know it's something that is going to happen regardless of what venting you do, whatever. But not this quantity. It is just, the ventilation design is just not happening on this one.